This right here is the DC Defender Show, United Football Media. We are in here coming off of a win. Happy Football Friday, everyone. It's a win Friday. I almost, you don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth. You don't want to complain about a win. A win is a win is a win is a win, especially in this league. The season's pretty short. These wins are very, very valuable, especially with what was going on this weekend. If we had dropped this game along with the Battlehawks result, we'd have had the same record. We'd have had the tiebreaker because we beat them, but still would have had the same record, and it would have been a dangerous situation. And it looked for a little while like we were in a dangerous situation. Told you about these Brahmas. Not just talented, not just good names, but somehow, for some reason, just have the defenders number. Like, they've gotten whipped by every other team in the league except the defenders, where they beat us barely, and then it was a very, very close game, and seeming like a hey, we're kind of in trouble type game, until a miraculous thing happened at the end of the first half. The UFL's own version of the butt fumble. Kevin Hogan slams into the back of his own offensive lineman, fumbles it. We take it back to the house for a touchdown. Whole new trajectory, whole new game as we're going into the half. And then, of course, incredible highlight of the year. It's my only complaint for Tiamu from this game is like, man, you did not have to make that pass so hard for that lineman. He mossed that catch. It was amazing. Amazing play call. I could watch it over and over and over again. The perfection of how well, I'm just going to say it now. We talked about it a couple weeks ago on I believe Tell Me About It, with these wide receiver pick plays. I'm just saying offensive linemen do a lot better job moonlighting as receivers than receivers do moonlighting as offensive linemen, because these receivers act like they don't understand how a pick play works. They just slam right into the guy. That's how you do it. That's how he went out there. He faked the block. The DB stepped up to engage him, and the DB thought he got off lucky. Like, oh, he missed me. No, it's because my man was leaking out to catch that touchdown pass to put us ahead for good. Tremendously gutsy play call. Tiamu, you made my heart stop with that throw. But I also understand the trajectory, because there was kind of another guy. You don't want to throw it flat and give one of the defenders a chance to catch up and get their arm out. In the current college football video game, that 100% would have got knocked down. But otherwise, man, highs and lows. This right here is Tiamu's masterclass. He played an incredible game. Is the reason we won. Put us on his back. MVP quarterback performance. 24 out of 27. 19 of 24. 79 yards. 278 yards. 3 touchdowns. No picks. 278 yards off of 24 attempts. Amazing stuff. Tiamu, MVP level performance, kept us in this game himself. He has gotten better and better, but he was the only reason that we even had a chance last week. He has gotten better and better and better as the season gone on, and especially the last 3 weeks. Tay, tell us about this quarterback, man. Bryce Perkins has the highlights.
He does.
But I'm telling you, Tiamu, he's doing a great job playing the quarterback position right now.
Yeah, definitely. Especially from what he was doing at the beginning of the year. He had multiple games under 50% completion. It was kind of questionable. Like we were like, do we have a guy that's better than him on the team? But I feel like now we don't need to venture that route. Like Tiamu, he had to get through his like individual preseason, I guess, go through his growing pains. But ever since about like week 4, week 5, he's been red hot. I mean,
yeah.
All his games, he's been above 50%. That's really all we ask from him. His passing yards have been 250 plus. He's been taking care of the ball. He's been a slight threat in the run game. So Tiamu is the leader of this team. I mean, like he's been playing excellent all year, and that's why the defenders are good. That's why the defenders are going to go to the playoffs. We definitely had questions, but I believe in it.
Yep.
You know, I like it. This isn't a fluke, and I think he'll just only get better going forward. So he played a great game.
Speaking of other people on the roster, Mike DiLiello, he was a little spicy when he got in there this week.
Yeah.
Completed a pass under pressure. Had it look shifty when he got to run the ball after with his little muscly arms. I'm excited to see what he can do in the future. I liked how he looked. I did. But it's all about the main man, Jordan Tiamu, right now. Running game was fairly non-existent, but I do have to mention Tay. It happened again, and it happened decidedly.
Yeah.
Our man Abram Smith only got 2 carries.
Yeah, maybe the injury
Deion Jackson 10 carries. 10
Touchdown.
carries, 4.7 yards a carry.
Yeah.
Looked great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Abram Smith. I thought Abram Smith would be a lot better. I'm glad Deion Jackson is here, kind of step up. Yep. But Abram Smith a couple years ago, he was probably the best player. I mean, he was great. But I think maybe the injury probably hurt him. He might need like some more time, come back stronger next year. But he hasn't really been doing too well. But Deion Jackson, he's been there to step it up, and he's been doing just fine. He's scored a touchdown, this week. He's never like inefficient either. He's never gonna have 10 carries for 25 yards. Like he'll never do that.
No.
Like he'll get 40 every week. So
maybe we're trying to preserve Smith for the playoffs. There's still time. He hasn't been terrible. It's just he has been outsnapped and out carried now 2 weeks in a row by Deion Jackson. In the "we told you so" category, in the preseason, we told you about this tight end named Briley Moore, and it's been growing and growing and growing. And this week it was the coming out party. 5 targets, 5 receptions, 71 yards. Had an awesome blocking grade as well. The guy's doing it all. The guy's fully filled in this feature tight end role in this offense. Happy to have him. He was crushing it this weekend. Our man who got cooked a little bit on the show last week, Braylon Sanders, had a catch, 76 yards to the house with a touchdown, had a great play on special teams as well. Cornell Powell, his best game in the UFL. 5 catches on 6 targets, 70 yards and a touchdown. Looked every bit. Number 1 receiver. Javon Antonio, our guy, he contributed as well with a catch. Really happy with all of our weapons this week. As far as that receiving group and the tight end, that is how you want it to look.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a good look. Like I'm gonna keep saying it every week. You lost Ty Scott, and we continue to find like these new guys stepping up. Like, it's great to have. Like, it doesn't feel like we had an injury in the receiving room. Like, it feels like normal. Like, we got different guys to step up. Everyone has a talent. Everyone has a specific skill set, and we just work what we got. And I mean, it's obviously fine to Tiamu. I mean, he's throwing 80%. Against the Brahmas. So I mean, it looks good to me. Looks good to me. So I'm just glad that injuries don't derail the offense. Like we'll figure it out. We'll call the game a bit different, put guys in the right position, but it's looked good. It's looked good. I mean, can't ask for more. Receivers are doing just fine this year. The weapons are doing just fine in general. So
it's concerning, but it's like simultaneously concerning and encouraging at the same time that this team is like completely shifted identities.
Yeah.
The beginning of the year, it was this physical running team, RPO, defense, run the ball, control the ball, play awesome defense, pass rush. Now it's like our quarterback's carrying us on his back. Running game is here and there. The defense is it's giving up some points. Blake Williams looked great that first week. There's been some movement the last few weeks. And so it's just interesting how the team's entire identity is shifted from the beginning of the season to now. One thing that has not, an identity that has not shifted is this is the best damn offensive line in the league. I am saying it. We had 3 guys who were 74 and better on PFF for the game. Liam Fornadell, Michael Maietti, and Yasir Durant all had excellent games this past weekend. Johari Branch was rotating in with Tykeem Doss, and he also had a fantastic game with a 72 PFF. We've been saying it all year. We'll keep on saying it. We're so thankful for this offensive line and how damn good it is. It is our one constant. Like I said, it's the one identity thing that has not changed throughout the year. It's our one constant advantage in all of these games is the best offensive line in the league. The defense, some good and some bad. It was funny when we talked about on the show, and then we saw it play out. Kind of, we said, this pass rush should go crazy, should eat against this pass pro, and it didn't really go like that until it did. Out of nowhere in the fourth quarter, they can't do anything with our pass rush. We're sacking and hitting Hogan almost every play. Tried to give up buried in all this. Should we just let it go? Should we just not mention the 3rd and 36 that the defense tried to give up?
Yeah.
Until the Brahmas receiver fumbled. That was 3rd and 36. They were almost midfield. They were on the way down to score. That's another thing. Like I said, I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth, but even the win itself wasn't. It was a little bit shaky. There's some concerning things going on there at the end, but the pass rush was going absolutely bonkers in the end of this game. Derek Roberson, again, five pressures, a sack, 2 tackles. I'm telling you, 2 more, and he has to be the defensive player of the year. 2 more sacks. Joseph Wallace, I said they're gonna have to change the charts on PFF to grade this game because he was going absolutely insane from the interior defense. I mean, we told you the Brahmas right guard got a 7 pass blocking grade, and that showed up in the game because both Joseph Wallace and Kyle Phillips, who switches to pass rush from the inside often, both had 84 PFFs, which is insane. Huge high grades. Joseph Wallace with 3 pressures and a sack, 2 sacks from the interior defensive tackle position. Kyle Phillips had 5 pressures. Phenomenal stuff by both guys. Leading tackler this week was Isaiah Johnson with 9 tackles. Newcomer to the secondary, just getting major reps out there. Did a great job. Happy to have him. Going to need the defense to settle in a little bit and start performing to their full potential the whole time, because it's a little concerning what's going on, especially considering, the Battlehawks is who we're going against most likely in the playoffs, and they're a big time running team. They have a great run blocking offensive line. They have a great running game. Their passing game is pretty tough these days, pretty nasty these days. But that running game is real good, and we've been getting gashed in the running game for 2 weeks in a row. 200 yards. We gave up 100 yards on a guy who didn't even get 10 carries in this game. So, got to get that under control. But Joe Wallace, Malik Fisher, Derek Robertson, those fellers, man, they made up for it with some very, very splashy action at the end of this one, Tay.
Definitely. I mean, you want the defense to dominate throughout the game, but sometimes the game will go like a boxing match. Like sometimes it'll be all 12 rounds, and we finally broke loose towards the end, and we really seen the the potential of the defense right there. So I mean, it was fine. Like if you can get to your peak form by the end of the game, just like how it was, you should win most of the games. Like you like I said, you would want to just come out and just shut them out, but sometimes it doesn't go like that. And that could be the offense's fault too. Bad field position, stuff like that. Not getting any good drive. So you want to dominate on defense, but like when it's time to get those stops, that's when we got the stops. So yeah, I'm fine with it.
Make the plays when it matters, right?
Yeah.
Because even the 3rd and 36, which is heartbreaking at the same time, you should never give that up. But how did he fumble? The guy punched it out, right?
Yeah.
So
Gotta
make
save
the
it.
play, right?
Yeah.
Right? Save the day. Speaking of saving the day, it's another very serious week this week as we take on Arlington. This is really a chance. Again, this is a chance that if we drop this game, we're in a little bit of trouble. And a little bit of potential trouble with tiebreakers. Arlington is not dead yet. And it required a comeback for us to come back and beat them earlier in the year. To the other hand, if we win this game, real good separation, especially between us and them. If any sort of a shenanigan comes up, it'll be a real good separation for us versus them, stuffing them on down. Start to whittle in, start to focus in on a potential matchup with the Battlehawks in the playoffs. Not too much. I don't got too much analysis, too much breakdown to go into here because we already did this once. You all know the names. We know what time this is, and they're down one each. Kalen Balaj this time. The defense has to make Luis Perez uncomfortable. The defense has to cinch up this run game. And there you go. We have the defensive backs. They have a emerging wide receiver, Tyler Vaughns, who looked phenomenal last week. We have the secondary. We have the safeties. We have the corners to match up with Tyler Vaughns and to control Sal Canella. We have the pass rush to make Luis Perez uncomfortable. And this is another good check, for Jordan Tiamu. Will the real Jordan Tiamu please stand up? Is this really happening? He'll be going against one of the best defenses in the league this week in the Arlington defense. So if he has another game like this, we might be locked in. We might be well on our way to Tiamu being this guy through the playoffs, through possibly the championship, and staking an argument for MVP. If he can have another masterclass type game against now one of the best defenses in the league, Arlington Renegades. A lot of big stuff on the line this week for the defenders. Tay, what do you think, man?
So, Renegades, they've been on a losing streak, but we know like they got a good roster. They have what it takes to win. Like they can beat whoever they want.
No blowouts. They haven't been blowouts.
They can beat whoever they want, but they can also lose to whoever they want. They like to blow leads. So we already know the Renegades, they're gonna come out hot. That's their game plan. They always do it. They scored 20 points in the first half. We cannot quit. We gotta stay with them. We need to limit that, if anything. Limit the early big plays. Limit the like the 200 yards in the first half. We need to limit that early on and make them play our game. Because I feel like last time we played their game, they went up. We had to try to hurry up and come back. Last play. I don't want to win like that. And the Renegades, they need this game more than ever. This is probably the playoffs for them right here. So.
Yep.
This is it right here. This is it. We win this. Like playoffs are pretty much a lock.
This is you wonder too the way that the Renegades lost that last game on literally the last play.
They want to win. They want to win.
You wonder where they want to win bad, but you also wonder where they're at mentally after that.
Yeah,
if that ripped their heart out, if that was the end for them. Yeah. Because that was absolutely insane against the Panthers. What bad luck for the Renegades, man. 2 weeks in a row. You're going against the two MVP quarterback candidates when you need a win bad. And last week, man, they had it. And Bryce Perkins did Bryce Perkins things. It's what can you do? So which Renegade team comes out? Is it the cornered, wounded animal that's going to fight for their lives? Or is it a team that's ready to roll over and quit because of what happened to them last week? It was insane. Literally the last play of the game, last 2 seconds. Crazy scene. You missed out if you didn't watch that game.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think? Yeah. What do you think, Tay?
The Renegades, they're probably gonna come out hot. But like I said, this time we're home, it's in DC. That's always a good thing.
Let's get out there, folks. Let's get out there.
Yeah, that's always a good thing. But we gotta not let that happen. I don't like playing from behind because you can't run your full offense. You gotta pass the ball the whole game. Tiamo's gonna have 75 pass attempts. Like we don't want that. We want to. I want a game where we control the lead. I want a blowout win. You know, I want to be on the side of that. Like I want to control the game. We're in complete control. We have the time of possession. The Renegades need to they need to be playing from behind and stay behind.
Yeah.
You know, we need our best pass rushing efforts. We need to get Deion Jackson the ball in space. Protect him like we've always done. That's been pretty much a guarantee. So yeah, we just gotta play our game. I don't want to keep playing from behind. I need to see a dominant win before these playoffs start. It'll give me a lot of confidence give the team a lot of confidence.
Yeah,
for the playoffs. So we need a dominant win right here.
Let's lock in and defend DC once again. If there's anything you want us to cover down there, put it in the comments. We'll jump all over it. We are rolling into playoff time, playoff contention. Let's defend DC. Let's control this game this week. This right here is the DC Defenders Show on United Football Media.